In 1951, they returned all of this back to the Bermuda government. But we used this for, the British taught us trades over here. So we learned a bit of trades here. This little section here to the right, this was the barracks of the facility. And also it was a huge kitchen for the facility. Now, once we converted this in 1963 to a maximum security prison up until 1983. And it was a more modern structure added onto it. They had to knock that down because it's under restoration. So once it's fully restored, it's not going to tell you about when it was part of the old Royal Naval Dockyard, the fort, and the barracks and the kitchen. It's going to tell you about more when it was the maximum security prison.
Right.
Yep. So once it's fully restored, that takes a while. Now this section here, all to my left here, last year we hosted the America's Cup race. It's sailboats, and it's some of the fastest sailboats in the world. They can do about 60 miles an hour. So all these buildings started constructing these units here around 2015 to prepare us for the America's Cup race that we had last year. This here to my right, guys, this is our maximum security prison now, the new one, and I call it an all-inclusive Holiday Inns. Everything, those guys got everything over there. Basketball courts, little water view, they have it all.
How much prisoners is there?
There's maybe 300 beds there, maybe 250, 265 prisoners. So we have quite a few prisoners over there. Now this island over here was created for the America's Cup as well. It's about 9 acres, that's all landfill. And that's where the America's Cup Village was, all the stands to watch the race. And thousands of people around here for like 6 weeks, 2 weeks in May and all of June. We were hosted the America's Cup race. 6 nations competed for the cup, and it's known to be the oldest sporting event in the world, and it was won actually by New Zealand. The British came out here and from 1951 to 1990, so they downsized. They came out here a bit, and this was the barracks. When they left, we converted this into low-income rental units. They were destroyed 2 years ago by the hurricanes. They were just been recently refurbished. Now guess what, guys? They're not low-income rental anymore. No more. This here was oh yes, this was the residence of the British commander of the British Atlantic Fleet. This was his residence up until 1990. And yes, we have all the social ills, just like any other country. Now it's a drug rehab center. So we do have a drug problem here, and it's the hard drugs: heroin, crack cocaine, crystal meth, all of that. Now here you're going to start seeing the colors of the homes. It's whatever color you like. Most people love the pastels, and the only colors I haven't seen are black house or red house or polka dots and stripes. I haven't seen. But every other color you're going to see, especially the pastels. This here was British housing as well. This is returned to the Bermuda government. We had it for low-income rentals. They were destroyed 2 years ago by the hurricanes, so the tenants had to leave. And this is one of the many churches you're going to see throughout the island. So they're waiting for a contractor to come around to invest some money in that, to maybe fix it up. Hey, the Hudmanics.
This is a cemetery?
Yes, this is the Royal Naval Cemetery. And only the British are buried here. This goes back to the 1800s when they first occupied the Royal Naval Dockyard. So it's amazing. There may be about 4 admirals there. But what's sort of amazing is that sometimes you see people combing the graveyard and they're reading some of the headstones. Some of those headstones, you really got to look for them now. That headstone will tell you how the person died. Let's say he died of yellow fever, or he found outside there in the water, drowned, or fell off a building, or maybe got trampled by a horse and buggy, whatever. But that's to tell you some of them. You got to look for them, and they will tell you how the person died. Just beyond these old buildings here, these housing, the old British housing, there's a little beach down there, and it's called a sea glass beach. You guys ever seen sea glass?
No.
Sea glass is glass that's been into the water for a long time. It actually used to be a dump, and so all the bottles broke up and went into the water. So the period of time that the sea glass is in the water, the glass is in the water, it will lose all the sharp edges, and it will become very smooth, and people make jewelry out of it.
Okay.
The sea glass. Yeah. So depending when we come back, if we have time, I could probably shoot you guys down there.
So they go there and look for the glass?
Yeah, the sea glass, yep. Now over here to it's not a good day, but it was a beautiful day. The ocean would be glittering, and you would see all the beautiful different shades. Now, the different shades are determined by the different settlements on the bottom of the ocean. This is one of 9 bridges. I'm sorry. This is one of 6 bridges that connect 8 islands and gives us a total of 21 square miles. And see the free range chickens? So it gives us about 21 square miles total. We have a total population of about 63,500 people here. And we have over 100 churches. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh.
Just about every denomination you can think of is here.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're coming up here onto a gas station, guys. You guys are probably paying $3. Here we're paying $9.50
Wow.
for a gallon of gas.
Wow.
It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, because it's heavily taxed.
Is it US?
Yeah, U.S. gallon. Yeah.
US money, not
We have the same. Our money is the same
as
value.
us. Okay.
It's the same value, but different currency, different colors, but it's the same
okay.
value. It's 1 for 1. Bermuda
Oh.
dollar, American dollar. Our money
Okay.
is real pretty. It's like Monopoly money.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't look real. Over here to my right, guys, you're gonna see a cluster of pink buildings. See those buildings over there? That's the Cambridge Beaches Resort. That's where President Bill Clinton came when he finished his presidency. Him and Hillary came and they stayed over there. I've seen the actor Clint Eastwood. A couple of you guys have stayed over there. This is our highest or tallest bridge here. It's called the Watford Bridge, which is actually in its 3rd phase. If you look down below, you can see a bit of cement there. That was the 1st phase. This little wall here, that was the 2nd phase.
Okay.
Now on the 3rd phase, every time they built it higher or taller, so that the boats, bigger boats, can go under, and quicker access to the southwest where they want to go fishing. This is where the British stopped burying their dead and started taking their bodies back to England.
So this is a British Virgin Island.
This is we are British we are the British's oldest territory, and we self-govern.
Okay.
But we do have a governor here. That makes any sense, but he's here anyway. See those townhouses there, guys?
Yeah.
Those houses in 2008, when they were on the market, they went for $750,000 a unit. This is our Somerset Village here. It's a little bit of shopping area here, a couple of shops, a couple of banks, a couple of restaurants, clothing store, shoe store, pharmacy, 24-hour gym, doctor's office, personal offices. People will set up the company office out here to avoid paying the city taxes. So they will come out here. And of course, there's a liquor store. To my right, guys, there's a beautiful little area here. It's called Mangrove Bay. It's a great place to mourn your boats from the storms. And I do take you off the beaten path a bit. This is a nice middle class area along here. These homes go for $400,000 till about $2 million. This is our middle class. At one time we had a very high middle class, but since the last recession, we lost quite a few. They lost homes, they lost everything. Yeah, so look at here, guys, to my left here. Look at this building here. See this house here, guys?
Yes.
This house here. There's only 5 wooden houses left in Bermuda. They're not allowed to build anything like this today. Our houses have a special building code where they mostly can withstand the forces of the hurricanes. So wooden houses or anything like that is not allowed. This house here has a stone roof, and I'm going to tell you about the stone roof, the white roofs, when we get around a little further. But this value of this property here is about $400,000.
For that?
See? No, I'll tell you guys, the value is not the house.
It's
The value is
It's
the
a
land.
Yeah.
Oh, the
The
land.
land. There's not much land left. So that's where the
Oh.
value is. So you would knock that down if you bought it, and then you would build a house at $500 a square foot. $500 a square foot. Everything has to be basically imported besides the block. We make the block plant here. We have a block plant where we make the block, but we import everything to make this block. This used to be a hotel. Now it's condos and townhouses. What happened is during the 80s, Bermuda had 11,000 hotel beds. Right now, we'll be lucky if we have 4,000 hotel beds. That's how many resorts have closed.
Why is
and been converted into townhouses and condos. Some been totally demolished. They blame it basically on the cruise ships. Over the years, the cruise ships have become a lot bigger. Now you're getting the 4,000 or 5,000 passenger cruise ships here, and it's cheaper to come by cruise ship than to come and stay in a hotel. Because you're gonna buy a plane ticket, and then you're gonna come here, spend the cheapest room during the summer. It's gonna be about $400 a night, so it's gonna be pretty expensive. So we started losing them to the cruise ships. Last year we had over 500,000 tourists. About 400,000 came by cruise ship.
Wow.
Like I said, we only have 4,000 hotel beds. Last year we started Airbnbs, so that started to come along here as well. The government has allowed people to rent homes or rooms or whatever.
So the roofs are all built the same here. I know.
You see that? Yeah, I'm gonna explain it to you when we get down a little further. Tell you about the white roof. You notice every house
Yeah.
has this white rooftop. Yep. Now look here, guys. Look at these homes here on the hillside. See these homes? These homes are from $800 to $2 million. $800,000 to $2 million. These homes. The reason why some of them are so big is because they have apartments attached to them. So that's one way you can make money by renting your units. And this is like Manhattan, guys. A a studio, one room, kitchenette, and bathroom is going to cost you $1,000 a month. Just a one little room and a kitchenette and bathroom. So it's very expensive to rent here as well. It's really hard on the single parent. They may not have a good job, so they may have 3 or 4 kids. They're going to need a 2 or 3 bedroom home. It's going to be $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And if you don't have a good paying job, you're not going to meet that monthly payment. So you would apply to government for assistance. They know you're working and trying, they would try to assist you. They would even try to find government cheaper homes that people rent to the government at a lower rate than what you would out on the open market. Now we have our population here is over 60% black. I would say 40% others and whites and others, maybe things. But 60% of us are black. Most of our heritage is from the Caribbean and England. Came over as slaves. Look at this little beautiful water view and the limestone. Now this house is a bit too loud for me. It's a very loud color there. Now if you look over here, guys, you see them building.
Yeah.
You see them building over here?
Yeah.
Getting ready to put up a house. And you can see with the green, see the green walls?
Uh-huh.
And they're like big holes in the ground.
Yeah.
Now they're going to tell you what that's for. That has something to do with the rooftop. We like days like today. That's when the roof does its job.
Oh.
Got a
Oh.
hint yet? No?
Yes.
What's your hint?
When rain fall in the water,
Run off.
go inside. soak
We
anything
collect
going
the
to-
rainwater.
Okay,
See, every house has the white rooftop, and it has to be white because you want to know what the roof is doing. If you look back there, you can see this house is starting to tarnish. See the roof there? So that's what you have to do when it's white. You can see the mold, and mold is starting to settle in. That's not good rainwater. Yeah, so what happens is that when you build a house, you put a big hole in the ground, you seal it, you make it watertight, then you put the house on top of it. Then what happens is that there are pipes embedded in the walls that come up to the roof. The roof is actually pitched with wood. The stone that you see on top is like the side of this wall here. It's limestone. It's 2 inches thick, 16 by 18. Each individual slate is sealed in with cement. So sometimes it may take a long, depending